Good afternoon. Welcome to another Compass CRM training webinar. Today we are going to be setting up your profile as if it's your first time ever getting into Compass. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you and we will get right into it. All right, so when we get logged into Compass, you're going to go ahead and put in your credentials and then you're going to choose business. This is where you're going to choose either your specific CRM or your agency CRM. Right now, I'm going to choose my CRM. So now that we're in here, the first thing that we're going to do is go into your profile. We're going to start setting everything up. So if we go into my profile, then your information will pop up. I'm actually going to take this out of here. So in here, this is where you're going to put in your information, and then this phone number is what's correlated with your Compass account. So if you have um, like forms or activities set to text you a reminder at any point, that's the phone number that Compass is going to use. So that's where you would want to put your mobile phone. And then over here is your integrated inboxes. So this is super important. I know that you signed up with an email, but it's not automatically integrated with Compass. So we have to go over to this integrated inbox section, and there's this green integrate email button or add integrated email. So you can go ahead and click on that, and then you're going to select either Gmail or Outlook. If you're integrating a Yahoo account, you go through Outlook. If it's AOL, it's Gmail. Um, if you have trouble figuring out which one to choose, just let us know and we can help you out. So you'll just click on one of these and log in. Oh, no. AmeriLife won't let us integrate our emails because they're so big that they don't want to do it. Oh, back to apps. So I was trying to show you guys that you do have to, here we'll do a Gmail. You do have to give Kaizen Technologies, those are our web developers. So when you're integrating your email, you're going to have this pop-up come up, and this is where you're allowing Kaizen Technologies, which is our web developers who developed Compass, um, that they can access your email and all that good stuff. So I want to allow them ongoing access. I want to give them access to send emails on my behalf and view if an email has been opened, clicked, anything like that. And then I'm just going to click continue. And it brings me right back in here and my email has been integrated. So that's super important. Definitely make sure that you integrate your email. And then if you're having any issues with your email sending, um, double check and make sure that the status is active and everything is good on there. And then you should be good. And we'll get to sending emails in a couple sessions. We won't get to that today. We're just going to set everything up. So before I hop off of this page, I want to point out up here is where you are going to customize your toolbar. So I'm just clicked on my toolbar, and then you can create different templates. If you're an agency, then you can share the templates with other people. Um, so I just hopped back over to my toolbar, and up here is a preview. And down here on the left those are the options that I can move onto my dashboard. And then on the right is everything that's on my dashboard. From top to bottom is from left to right. So one that I think most people are going to want to add right away is their policies. So I can go in here and just search policies, or I'll do enrollments since I already have policies on my toolbar. And then these 6 dots that highlight when you go over them, you're going to see those a couple times in Compass. So those 6 dots mean that you can drag and drop it and move it around. And then that line is your guide of where you're dropping it in. So I'm going to put it under my platform drop down. And then my preview is up here. So let's see, it's right there. And I actually want to move it around, and I can move it to the top if I'd like, and then go and, oh, it hasn't refreshed yet. Nope, I just didn't move it. There, I'm going to put my enrollments at the top. There we go. Perfect. And then I can just save that. I would recommend using Compass for a few days or a week, and then you'll go back and edit your toolbar as you get used to how you're going to use it. I'm going to discard those changes because I like the way it's set up already. And then if you ever need to change your password, that's in my profile as well. All right, so next thing we're going to do is get in your business information. So we're going to go up to platform and then go down to settings. On the left, that is all of your business information that Compass is going to tie into your account. And then on the right, this is where you would put in your logo, and then that will funnel into your emails and your forms for branding. So it's just going to go up on the top for you automatically. And then down here are your custom business variables. Again, these are super, super important. So when you are signing off on an email, you're going to use these merged fields. What that means is it's just going to pull in information from different places in Compass. So for example, a merged field could be a client's first name and then your signature at the end of the email. That way it's personalized to that specific client with your specific information. And this is where you're going to store that information. So down here in the custom business variables, you're going to input your personal information. I believe that they all say like enter your name here or something. So just take out that text and put in your own. And then don't forget to save. You want to save those as well. And then, oops, I didn't make any changes, so I think I just confused it. Perfect. So now we have your email integrated, your business information in there. We have your logo put in there. We have your personal information that's going to be in the signature of your emails available so that when we get to your emails, it'll just pull in that information automatically. And then let's talk about automations, and then we'll talk about getting your clients in here. So if I go into my automations, 1 through 7, those are the 9 automations that are pre-built for you. So those are automatically in Compass already. And I'm going to pull up my chat, make sure I don't have questions. Okay. So these are already pre-made for you. So all you'd have to do is turn those on and off. You can do it right from the screen, or I can go into the automation and turn it off from there. So there's a couple automations where you're going to have a personalized link from Retire Flow or anything else that you might use, one of the enrollment tools. So for example, the Medicare survey link, you will want to put in your customized link from Retire Flow for that one. So I'm going to click on that automation, and then it brings me to my action tree. And the action is to send an email. So what I'm going to do is go into the action and edit it. And then if I scroll down just a little bit, I can see this view edit email. I'm going to click on that. And now this brings me to the email that's going to go out to your clients. Feel free to personalize it at this time. Make your own little note, and then you'll just highlight this hyperlink, and then you'll do this link text button. copy or paste, I'm sorry, so paste in your custom URL and then save it so that it takes them to your personal Medicare survey link instead of Google. And then you'll do that and then you'll just save and close, save, save. And you'll do that also for the NPS survey. And so there's two NPS surveys. You'll do that for both of those. And then your new lead workflow, if you wanted to add any emails in there, you could do that as well. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. So that would be the last step in getting everything set up and ready to go to start automations on your clients and start sending emails and all that good stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my contacts, and if I want to upload contacts, what I'm going to do is go over to this new contact button, and there's this drop down on the right side of the button. I'm going to click on that and upload contacts. And then download template, there's this green button. Go ahead and click that download template button. And then what you're going to do, so this is the template from Compass on the right, and then on the left is my example clients. So I highlighted the headers so that they're easier to see for us. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. I think that the simplest and easiest way is to just do it column by column. So I would go in and copy my clients, column by column, just to ensure that the correct information is going into the correct field in Compass. So for example, the first name, last name, email, those are fields in Compass that live on the record. So it's going to go into the first name box, the last name box, the email box. So those are your fields. So let's go back over to our templates. What you could also do is rearrange the template a little bit. So if I wanted to move my birthday column, I want to copy and I want to insert copied cells. Oops, I want to move it over here. So here, okay, copy, paste, and then I'm going to delete this. Now what I can do is just go over here and copy that information all at once. And then I have my information in here. So that's how you're going to get the information transferred from the Excel file. If you don't have your clients downloaded already, what you'll do is download them from your current CRM and or go to the carriers and download a report of all of your clients, and then you'll work from that report. If you are going to the carriers, definitely loop us in because we have some tips and tricks to help you with that. So, um, to move right along, there are a couple other things that I want to mention when uploading your contacts. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this birthday row so I don't confuse Compass. Okay, so this email status option, um, this is the only additional field that you have to pay attention to when you're uploading your clients. And you'll manually have to make sure that the status is correct for each client. If you put in your clients, if you put your clients into Compass without an email status, then it automatically makes the email status not opted in because it's safe. It's the safest option to just not send the email than to send an email to someone who was not opted into that communication. To do that, I could just go ahead and click that down arrow on everything. And the email is, so I'm sorry, I misspoke. So the email status and the email. Oh, okay. The email status and the actual client email have to be filled out because the email is the unique identifier. So that's how Compass is going to match the record up with, say, a policy, or if you were to um, have this sample example client, if they had a Humana um, policy and then a Medico PDP, then you might be uploading their information twice. And yeah, then you might be uploading their information twice because you just pulled the carrier reports and you're uploading the carrier report information. So Compass is going to see that they have the same email and it's the same client. And instead of creating a duplicate record, it's going to just update any information on that existing record. So the email is super important. Not every client is going to have an email. You're going to have people who refuse to get email, who share an email with a spouse. In that case, what you would do is exactly what I did on this template is just create a fake email for them. And then what I would do is make the handle something obvious that you know when you see that it's just a placeholder to make Compass happy. And then what you would do is go over to the email status and mark them as not opted in. And then they would go in with an email to satisfy Compass, but then you won't send any emails to them. So those are the main things. Um, And then you can fill out any additional information if you'd like. And then I like to take out any rows that I didn't use. That way, um, Compass doesn't say like, oh, some of these records didn't get uploaded all the way because there were some blanks, even though everything got uploaded. I just intentionally left those blank because I didn't need that information. Um, because it will do that. And sometimes people don't like when it says that because then you think you did something wrong and really you didn't and everything went in there fine. Oh, am I not highlighting these? Okay, I'm almost done and then we can move on to uploading it. Again, I'm just deleting the extra columns that we don't need. Okay, I won't make you guys sit through anymore, so we'll just go ahead and save this. Which actually, one last step. So this example row, I can go ahead and delete that. Otherwise, it will upload that Kaizen support example client. Okay, so now it's officially ready. Everyone has an email. They have an email status of opted in or not opted in. So I'm going to save my template and then head back into Compass. And I'm going to click this drop down and do upload contacts. And then I can say or upload the template I just made and scroll down. And this is where I'm just going to make sure that everything is going in how I want it to. And yep, we are all good to go. So I'm going to click upload. One last thing is I would recommend only doing 5 clients at first, just to make sure you're doing it correctly, because it's easy to put things in, but taking things out is more difficult. You would just end up archiving them, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. How you would do that is I can do it from the screen in bulk. You can use the checkboxes on the side, go up to perform action and do archive contacts if need be. Say you forget to do the email status. Um, unless you did the 5 client, I mean, I say 5 clients, you can easily delete them, but if you forget something like the email status or um, the primary agent, marking you as the primary agent, something like that, where it's going to be the same for everyone, then I would just do all of my contacts, perform action, and then I would change a field value. And I can go in and update the email status to opted in, or I can make the primary agent myself. That way you aren't uploading them, archiving them, and then uploading them again. You can just change something in bulk or anything that you need just right here. So keep that in mind. And then I think that's all of my tips and tricks. Nope, I am going to show you guys the email. So we uploaded those contacts, and I just got this email that says, oops, my contacts finished processing, 6 rows uploaded successfully. And that's because I had no blanks. Again, it might say like some rows partially failed because there's some blanks. It didn't actually mess up putting in the information. It just wants to make sure that it wasn't supposed to have something and there actually wasn't anything in there. And then if I refresh, then the 6 clients should funnel in, which I think they already did. I think I had 160 before. Yep, there's my one of my examples. All right. Do we have any questions? Does anybody need anything? Do you want me to go back over anything? I'm more than happy to do so. All right. I think everybody's all set. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.